This is Jonah with ITRI, here with another quick reference video on how to enter a new component record in the EAM software. So we're going to start by logging in. And before you enter a new component record, you're going to want to make sure that you have the corresponding vehicle record already entered into the system. So there's a quick reference video on how to enter a new vehicle in the Helpful Documents tab. You just click here and you'll find it under Quick Reference Videos, where you've likely found this video. So starting from the home screen, we are going to go into the Screens menu up here at the top left where you entered the vehicle record. And you're going to open up the Enterprise portal. And in the search bar, you're going to type in component. So once you type that in, you should get a drop-down list of screens. The one you're going to click on is component primary information. So when you click on that, it will open up the component's primary information screen. You'll want to make sure to go into the Screens menu again and save that screen to your favorites. So the way you do that is change the screen history drop-down from most used to most recent. Component's primary information will appear at the top. You'll click on that once and then click the blue star with the plus sign to add it to your favorite screens up here. You'll see it added to the bottom. So now that that's added to your favorites, we'll go back into the component's primary information screen. Maximize that. And now we're going to search for your filtered records of components. So I'm going to click on the search magnifying glass to open up the filter. And then I'm going to type in the prefix for my agency. So I'm going to do JCATS, as we did with the vehicle record. And we're going to type in the % sign as a wildcard here to pull everything with the prefix JCATS. Scrolling down in the filter choices, we're going to look for Lifecycle Status Code ID, again as we did with the vehicle record. And we're going to limit the results to just active records. So clicking on the drop down, you'll click active, and that will set the filter to only pull your active records. Next, you'll want to save this filter so that you can quickly pull up these records without having to go through the process of typing all this information in. So you'll give it a name. I've typed in JCATS active, and you'll click Save As. And that will add it to your named filters. Then you can click Apply Filter, and it will pull all of the JCATS lift records. So you can recognize these equipment records as lifts because they have a -L at the end. Your agency may have entered the -L before the ID number, so that it would read something like JCATS-L-100 on this record. But either way, the -L is the indicator of a lift record. So from here, once you have all of your lifts pulled up, you're going to want to start by finding a lift record that is most similar to the one you are trying to add. So in here we have 2019 records for lifts. We're going to want to use a 2020 record, a model year 2020 lift. And you'll just click on that lift record to pull up the basic information. And you'll click on Copy, and this will just copy all of the information from this existing record except for the equipment ID and the fields that we are going to fill out. So once you click on Copy up here, it'll open up a record with yellow fields, and you'll start entering the new lifts information. So in the entering a new vehicle record video, the vehicle we entered was JCATS 200. So we are going to enter an equipment ID that corresponds to JCATS 200. So it'll be JCATS 200, but with a -L at the end. So this is a new record. It will not fill out anything in the white space here. If this white space is filled out, that is an existing record, and you will not be able to create a copied record from that. So you'll want to make sure that the model year is correct and matches the vehicle model year. In the manufacturer ID, you'll want to always leave this as brawn. That is for queries that utilize the manufacturer ID to pull all of your lift records. Model ID you can leave. This is going to be the same as the model ID for the copied record. And the equipment type is going to be lift. You're going to want to leave that as lift. In the description, you can set that to brawn lift, or you can call this lift with whatever description you want to give it. And finally, with the serial number, you can either record the actual serial number off of the lift if you have that information, or you can just copy the equipment ID and put that in the serial number. In the meter info, you'll want to leave everything the same. Lift cycles is the equipment class. But the meter at delivery, you're going to enter the lift cycle count at delivery. So likely it's 0. And then the latest meter reading, which will also be 0. Next, you'll want to go down to life total, and that should be the exact same as the latest meter reading. So 0 life total lift cycles. Keep scrolling down and you'll see the classes information. This includes maintenance, the PM program, and the standards. This should all be copied information that you will leave in here, but it should at least carry the prefix of your agency. So you'll scroll down from here to the locations section. This should all also be filled out from the copied record, so you can leave that alone. And next in the assignments section, everything should be filled out except for the associated equipment ID. And this is where you're going to correlate the lift record to the vehicle record. So we're going to find JCATS 200, which we entered in the previous video. And you'll see that it fills out with the information that I filled out. You can also use the drop-down by just typing in your prefix and filtering for just your vehicles and find the one you'd like to add to this record. So there it is. You're going to scroll down some more past accounts. That should all already be filled out from the copied record. Through to status. Because we only filtered for active lifts, the lifecycle status code ID will already be set to active. And then you'll want to go through these fields here on the right to make sure that they all reflect the new lift record. If there is inaccurate information here, you'll just want to delete it. Better to have no information than inaccurate information in these fields. These fields here indicate physical condition. Here we've got N for new, for a new lift, and the mechanical condition, we've got E for only routine PM required. You don't necessarily need to enter the insurance company information because that's included in the vehicle record as well as the federal funding source. So if you scroll down, you'll see the authorization section. Just check all of these boxes. You won't have any fuel tickets for a lift record or usage tickets, but there is no harm done in checking those boxes. And finally, the class PM information. This is where you would enter your PM service information, And you're going to want to start with the next PM service number, which is going to be 1. That's going to be the first lift service on this lift. Then you've got the next PM due date. This can just be filled out with any future date. Recommend about 6 months from the time you've entered this record. And finally, you'll want to enter the life meter last performed. That is going to be 0 because this lift has not had a PM service yet. The life meter last PM start should also be 0. That will set the next PM due at meter reading to the PM override, which is 750. That's 750 lift cycles between services. And that is all the information that you need to enter for a lift. From here you can save the record and it will be added to your active lifts. One thing to note is that if you did not record warranty information in the vehicle record and you want to include it here, you can scroll down to the warranty section or click on the warranty tab to the left. And that warranty information will be included in this section here. You would enter your vendor ID. Here it's JCATS 224 or Grant Services. And the expiration date of the warranty, the meter 1 expiration lift count, and then any other warranty information you want to include. So that is all the information you need to enter for a lift. Once you're done, you can save the record. And it will be added to your active lifts. So that's all you need to know. Make sure to retire your existing lift that you are replacing with this new lift. And we will cover that in an additional video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.